My federal and state representatives. This presentation is by Lisa Stewart. The overview is going to discuss about our California federal senators. We have two. Our California members of Congress and their congressional district. California actually has 53 of them. And they cover, let's see, I have my paper here that talks about how many people they cover because it's a ridiculous amount of people. It's over 900,000 people that these representatives cover. Also, I'm going to show you who our California state senator is for me, for where I live, the district, state member, state assembly member, the district, and gerrymandering, and how it has changed the political demographics of California, and if there a possibility for more gerrymandering. We're talking about splitting California. I think there might be. So let's begin with our representatives, our federal representatives um, at the White House, which are Dianne Feinstein. Did you guys know that she's been a senator since 1992 for 26 years? No wonder everything remains the same in the status quo. Um, there are no term limits for our federal senators. I had no idea about that. So she has been voted in over 4 times. Then we have Kamala Harris. She's our new junior senator, and she came into office in 2017 from the 2016 election. Our representation, not only at the federal level but at the state level, is causing a lot of people, especially a lot of businesses, to do the big cow exit. Now, for my area, my member of Congress representing me at the Capitol, not California's Capitol, is Ken Calvert. He is the congressional, he's my member of Congress for the 42nd district. Yeah, the 42nd district, which is, like I said, Menifee. And they too have no term limits. At the federal level, you have no term limits, and at the state level, we have term limits. My state senator is Mike Morell. He covers District 23. Melissa Hernandez, she's my assembly member for District 67. Gerrymandering. Well, this was interesting. Learned it in the last class and really came to fruition in this class, um, and just really opened up my eyes as to exactly what happened. As you can see by the different maps, you can see what it looked like before the gerrymandering happened and what it looked like afterwards with the 2008 and 2011. And this is, where the Republicans, we were doing redistricting. Basically what it is, it's we don't get to, pick our representatives. They drew district lines so that and I guess they wanted to do it better for the people, but actually, if you don't govern people and you don't regulate what's going on, people eventually will start off with the premise of wanting to help out the people, but it ends up being self-serving. And obviously, from what we've read and the videos that we saw, gerrymandering is mandering, I can't even say that right, is very self-serving for the politician. Um, yes, they want to represent a certain area in a certain demographic, but what happens to the minorities in that area? What happens to the people that really they're not representing very well in that area? Um, So gerrymandering, I mean, it's like a double-edged sword. It can be good and it can be bad. Um, for California, we are a predominantly Democratic state. We used to be, well, okay, let me put it this way. In our house in Sacramento, Democrats own the House. They have owned the House for quite a bit, which means we're going to have uh, more overspending, because you know, if you overspend, then who gets to pay for the overspending? Californians do. I mean, let's face it, we've had 3 gas taxes in the last year and a half to pay for roads. How many times do we have to pay for gas taxes to pay for roads? And when are we going to fix our roads? When do we stop robbing from Peter to pay Paul? You know, that's got to stop. California needs to start living within its limits. I get it that we've got a lot of people, and that there's a lot of, also it's an entitlement state, and I get that. You know, and I work in social services. My job depends, and is my job is a benefit of entitlement. But with entitlement should also come some sort of cost to those who are receiving the entitlement, who can pay extra. Like at my job, you know, I work for Inland Regional Center. It's a developmental services agency under the DDS umbrella, um, the Department of Developmental Services. You can be the wealthiest of wealthy, and years ago you didn't have to pay for anything to get services for your family member. Now, at least for those under the age of 18, you have a copay, which I believe is fair. I know that there's some that can't, but for those who can, it's fair. So that's just my opinion on that. Now, in conclusion, um, do I see future gerrymandering possibilities? Well, they're talking about splitting California in 3. If that passes, and it's going to go to the voters this November, if that was to pass, let's just think common sense. Do you think gerrymandering is a possibility? I certainly do. I could see, you know, if it gets split, a lot of politicians scrambling to make sure, you know, to get districts where they can have, that they can represent. But the thing is this, you know, what type of representation are we going to have? Is the representation going to be according to the ethnicity um, and the needs of that district? Is that person going to understand, you know, like if it's a predominantly Hispanic neighborhood or Hispanic population, are they going to understand the culture, the heritage, the struggles that these Hispanics have gone through? If it's a predominantly African American neighborhood, are they going to understand the culture and the struggles that they go to, the poverty that happens in a lot of African American neighborhoods and a lot of Hispanic neighborhoods compared to the affluent neighborhoods? So gerrymandering in the future, most definitely, I see it happening, especially if California does get split. Um, I'm hoping that it doesn't, but also the reality is they're not really running the state very well. We have the most lucrative budget and the most lucrative amount of money that we make over all of the other states aside from like New York. Um, and we still can't seem to live within our budget. So yes, I do see gerrymandering happening. Well, I hope that you guys enjoyed my presentation. I tried to figure it out how to do it without inserting myself in there. Not that you guys would want to see me at 5:30 in the morning. Trust me, you don't. And everyone have a good day. It was a very good semester. And thank you very much.